Some of the biggest patch note changes that we have seen in a very long time. I'm super excited to talk about it. Season 19 seems like an absolute blast so far. One of the crazier changes I have literally never would have even thought of, respawn making a huge buff to getting respawned in the game. So if you die and get respawned, you're not going to die more than likely because of this new buff that just taken place. So all kind of crap to talk about today. Like the video if you guys want to stay up to date, all things Apex Legends news related. Subscribe to the channel and comment down below if you also want to win the Revenant Heirloom Prestige skin. And without further ado, folks, let's go and dive and talk about these patch notes today. Number one that I wanted to mention, cross progression is finally coming, and yes, accounts will be merging. Apex Legends Season 19 getting probably the best news that they were looking for quite some time. Yesterday, we talked about how it could possibly be no account merging, but according to Hypermiss, yes, it did seem like he was wrong because Alpha Intel corrected it and posted the official information today. You will automatically be opted in, and all of your accounts under the same EI ID will be merged together, with all the cosmetic skins, tokens, and stats being merged under your highest leveled account. Let's freaking go. And here comes the big buff, huge respawning buff according to Otter. When you get respawned now, you will now spawn in with the level armor you had whenever you died. So if you died with red armor in the end game and your teammate gets like a crypto respawn, or you had purple armor, you're going to come back with automatically having red or purple armor. Also, if you have a non-care package weapon, so if you have an R99 or a 3030 or whatever it may be, you're going to respawn with those weapons again. Now, I'm not really sure if they're going to go away from your death box, because that would be kind of weird if it just basically spawns a brand new gun for you. But that's what he says. You will be able to get your weapons again. However, you will not have the attachments on them this time, and you will get 2 stacks of ammo for each weapon. Also, the brand new legend Conduit, some of the abilities are maybe a little bit different than what we thought it was going to be. So passive, instead of basically being super far away from your teammates and being able to run faster, it seems like you run faster towards your teammates. Also, the tactical radiant transfer temporarily heals up destroyed shields, and then the ultimate is an energy barricade. So although some people were saying it's not like a Watson fence, it kind of is. It's like an automatic dome of Watson fences. So it sends out a bunch of these like batteries. The batteries like automatically place for you, and it sets up this energy barricade. But it seems like it might like time out over time or something. You know, it's like not permanent like a Watson fence or something. I don't know, could be wrong, but it doesn't seem like they're breakable, but it also doesn't seem like you have to place them individually like Watson fences. Of course, Storm Point got a lot of changes, and we've been seeing this over the past couple of days. Several POIs have been reworked and is now much smaller and flows faster. Crazy. Fish Farms lightning rod removed and reworked. Jurassic in the middle no longer has prowlers. Thank God. That was like my least favorite spot over there. And a lot more loot and cover instead. Love that for Storm Point. Also, rank changes. This one's a little bit different, although you probably already saw the changes coming from the ranked blog, where basically they're going to make those new pre-made party restrictions where you don't have to be a certain rank to play with your friends. You could be any rank and play with your friends. They did also add a new promo status. So whenever you get the rank that you're looking for, the new rank you just achieved, you no longer just automatically get that rank. You have to complete a challenge to acquire that rank. For instance, if you get into Diamond 4 finally, you now have to complete a challenge to show that you're like worthy, like winning a match or get top 10 3 times or 3 kills or 3 assists. You have 5 tries to actually get one of these challenges, and if you fail to do so, you drop back down to the rank you came from. Also, Season 19 ranked rotation is going to be Storm Point, Olympus, and Broken Moon. Weapon changes that did take place. The longbow, charge rifle, and sentinel now have larger projectile sizes to make them easier to hit shots with. The charge rifle has now been improved weapon ballistics for longer ranges, and the bow check has a faster first shot draw speed and tighter spread with shatter caps. Also, weapon changes. This is a big one. 30-30 has a larger hip fire spread on successive shots. Also, the Hemlock has finally got a little bit of a damage nerve, and the Wingman is entering the care package with boosted loader and skull piercer. This is going to be crazy, and a damage buff. That's insane. Wingman's going to be crazy. L-Star is back on the ground, and then the also Volt R301 into Crafter and 30-30 RE45 back onto the ground. Also, some weapon changes here. You can no longer craft a digital threat. Boosted loader is no longer on the ground, and equipping turbocharger no longer reduces the damage by 1. So if you remember, the Havoc is actually stronger without the turbocharger. Not anymore. Basically, they're going to be reverting that back. Also, Catalyst getting a big nerf. I love this because I don't really like Catalyst in the rank play stuff. Piercing spikes no longer block projectiles of a shield. Also, she can now only place 2 tacticals instead of 3, and throw range has been significantly reduced, so you can't like Kobe those things like crazy. Lifetime of wall has been nerfed slightly, so Catalyst probably not going to be that good anymore. Also, Bangalore has been nerfed. Her speed duration has been basically reduced for her speed boost. Smoke lifetime has been reduced, so they won't last as long, and stun from the ult has been reduced. I actually love that because, dude, that thing stunned you for way too long. Wraith's passive is now a little bit more reliable. Pathfinder can now scan packages even if skirmisher teammates have already scanned them. Legend changes have also taken place here for Revenant, Vantage, and Newcastle. Revenant's time extension window has been reduced from 30 seconds down to 3 seconds. Vantage now gets 1 more bullet in her ultimate. Newcastle wall has been increased leap height and recovery time after the leap. Also, they asked about aim assist. This was a big one. So whenever they asked about aim assist, developers shared that they won't go in to ship something that's broken, but they also don't want to make controller too dominant. Respawn confirmed aim assist changes are coming. However, it will be in a few years. Crazy stuff to say the least. I think most people are probably excited for the big changes that happened to cross progression and, yes, account merging finally coming. Now, one of the biggest things about ranked play people have been discussing is the MMR, the hidden MMR system that makes matchmaking so bad and poor. Well, recently, the matchmaking guru for Respawn, Sammy Duck, came out and posted that they had a matchmaking panel. And it was like a big discussion on how matchmaking works and I guess like what their plans are for matchmaking and like the challenges that they have as well. Someone had asked if there was going to be a video of all of this, and he said he thought that there would be, but he was also answering some comments like people saying that the system is still pretty bad and that MMR is still not good and the matchmaking still feels really bad for Apex, and he was trying to go into detail in conversation and ask, what do you feel like the problem is? So it seems like Apex is not really set in stone that their MMR system is perfect, nor do they feel like it is actually balanced right now. It seems like they're still willing to make changes, which is a good sign because I know that's probably been the heaviest hitting topic for ranked play and how bad the matchmaking system could be. I also wanted to show you guys some of these patch notes specifically from EA itself. There basically includes all the things that you just saw on Otter's tweets to kind of go in depth on it, but you can also see some of the pictures of the map updates. New Watson POI. This is going to be Watson's pylon. Now, this is a really nice looking POI. I like how distributed it is. It seems a little bit wider. Even if you can't hot land in the middle, you can kind of land on the outside buildings. This reminds me so much of, I can't even remember the POI on Broken Moon. That POI that Team Deathmatch is played on. It's like you can drop down into that big like center part and it lifts you back up. It looks literally just like it. One big L I will say for these map updates is it seems like IMC armories are now a thing of the past. They're still there and it seems like you can go and loot bins inside of them, but they're regular bins. They're not smart loots and you can't go in protected and fight the bots and get like heavy good loot. Seems like they're pretty much just non-existent anymore. And I don't like that. I felt like they were a really good addition, but don't worry, it's followed up with a massive W because the Forbidden Zone, which used to be the whole Jurassic Park, is finally like an actual POI kind of. It's not a good one, but at least there's no more prowlers here and there's actual buildings that you can loot that are in the center of all of this. I love this idea because I absolutely hated the Jurassic Park area. Also, Lightning Rod has been reworked a little bit because it's like right next to this whole new POI called Zeus's and Ceto Station. And honestly, this looks more like Watson than the other one does. I actually don't even know where they should do the Watson Town takeover anymore because like the Zeus's station looks a lot more like Watson and so does the Ceto Station, but like the other one's literally called Watson Pylon. Also, you could see this POI that was played in the trailer also called Echo HQ and Coastal Camp. Love this one as well. I just feel like they've done a great job on these new POIs and making them stronger as well. And then of course the Devastated Coast. This is the one that has the hanging building. I really like how they're doing a lot of this stuff. Now I do wonder if it's going to be played a little bit differently with like the height and the new like additions of different types of buildings. Also, we talked about it's going to be a little bit smaller and brought in more compact, and I've heard it flows a lot better. So we will see obviously how it plays in like competitive and ranked. I'm excited to see what you guys have to say down in the comment section below. This looks like a pretty W season in my opinion, with more changes on the way. Also, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Comment down below if you guys want a chance to win the Revenant Heirloom Prestige skin. And until the next time, we'll see you all later, Gators.